Have you ever stopped to think about what makes your phone, well, smart? It's definitely not just the glass and the metal that you're holding. See, there's this kind of ghost in the machine, right? An invisible force that brings it all to life. Today, we're going to pull back that curtain and take a good look at that force, software.
So here's the plan. We're going to start by figuring out what that ghost actually is. Then we'll dive into the two major types of software: the hidden boss that's running the whole show behind the scenes, and the digital tools you and I use every single day. We'll see how they're really just two sides of the same coin and wrap it all up by talking about why this invisible stuff matters so much.
All right, let's get right into it. What is this spark? What's the thing that actually makes all of our technology tick?
I mean, really think about that for a second. You could have the most powerful, beautifully engineered computer hardware on the planet, but without any instructions, it's just a very, very expensive paperweight. It can't do a thing. So what is it that gives this hunk of metal a mind? Well, the answer comes down to a really simple but powerful analogy.
This right here is the best way to get it. The hardware, your screen, your keyboard, the chips inside, all the physical parts, that's the body. But the software, that's the brain. It's the collection of thoughts, ideas, and instructions telling that body what to do. And here's the kicker. One is totally, completely useless without the other. So at its core, software is just a set of instructions. And the most important thing to remember is that you can't touch it. It's completely intangible. It's just code, digital data. When you press a key on your keyboard, that's a hardware action. But the program that sees that press and then puts the letter up on your screen, that is the software doing its job.
Now, software isn't just one giant blob. It's really split into two main categories. And we're going to start with the one that's working constantly in the background, the real foundation of everything: system software.
A great way to think about system software is like the computer's subconscious. It's the part of your brain that keeps your heart beating and your lungs breathing without you ever having to think about it. It's that critical bridge connecting the physical hardware to the apps you actually want to use.
And this subconscious is really a team of a few key players. You've got the general manager, which we call the operating system, or OS. You've got the maintenance crew, those are your utility programs. You have translators called device drivers, and then you have the really deep foundational instructions called firmware.
Now, out of all of those, the big one, the piece of system software you've absolutely heard of, is the operating system. This is the general manager of the entire machine.
The OS is the boss. It's in charge of absolutely everything: managing memory, organizing all your files, and, maybe most importantly, giving you that user interface, the screen you click and tap on. Whether it's Windows or Mac OS on your computer or Android on your phone, you are interacting with an OS every single time you turn on a device.
But hey, even the boss can't do it all alone. The OS relies on a whole essential support crew to handle all the specialized jobs.
So, who's on this crew? Well, you've got utilities. Think of them as the janitors and the mechanics, running antivirus scans and cleaning up your disk space. Then there are drivers. These are like translators that let your OS talk to a new piece of hardware, like a printer. And finally, you have firmware, which is permanent software that's actually built right onto the hardware itself, like the BIOS that helps your computer start up in the first place.
Okay, so if system software is the subconscious, the stuff running in the background, then what's the conscious mind? Well, that would be application software. This is your digital toolbox, the stuff you reach for every day.
Yeah, this is the software you actually choose to open and use. An application is basically any program that's built to help you, the user, do something specific. Could be anything from writing an email to editing a photo or playing a game. We're talking about the apps on your phone, the programs on your desktop, the websites you visit. They are literally the tools for your work, your fun, and all your creativity.
I mean, just look at this list. You probably recognize every single one of these, right? These are the general-purpose workhorses of the digital world. They're so common we don't even say, I'm going to create a document anymore. We just say, I'm going to open up Word.
And the variety here is just huge. You've got super specialized software, like what an airline uses for its reservations. You have custom-made apps, like the one for your specific bank. And software can also be open source, meaning the code is totally public. Anyone can see it and change it, like GIMP. Or it can be closed source or proprietary, which means a company owns it, like Microsoft Office.
Okay, so we've met the two big software families. Now let's put them side by side. It's time for a little head-to-head to see how these two sides of the same coin are really different.
This chart just makes it crystal clear. Let's look at the purpose. One manages the hardware,
The other helps you do stuff. And this dependency part is so important. System software has to run first. You can't open your web browser if your operating system isn't even running, right? And finally, who are they talking to? System software talks to the hardware, but application software, that talks directly to you.
So we get the what. We know the two types. But what about the so what? Why does any of this matter? Let's zoom out and look at the big picture.
The power of software is just immense. It's what makes computers usable for regular people in the first place. It takes all this ridiculously complex hardware and simplifies it so we can actually use it. It enables everything from solving a simple math problem to automating gigantic factories. And it is the absolute backbone of pretty much every industry, school, and business on the entire planet.
You know, when you boil it all down, it comes to this one simple, powerful truth. All the silicon, all the plastic, all the wires in the world, it's all just sitting there, dormant. Software is the key that unlocks all of that potential. Because, like it says right here, without software, a computer is just an empty machine.
And that leaves us with a pretty cool thought to end on. I mean, think about how far we've come. From the most basic operating systems of the past to the really complex AI we have today, software has just kept evolving. It really makes you wonder, if this is what software can do for us today, what incredible new things will the software of tomorrow make possible?